my question tonight is, do you think sometimes people are just on reality TV now for like clout? You know how like when we used to watch, you saw somebody on a reality TV show, and it wasn't like you seen them on every single reality show that was out and available. And now sometimes people make a career out of just doing and being on reality TV, or they're trying to spark a career.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that the genre has really changed since it started?
You
I
want to go
think
first?
it changed in a sense. I think it changed in a sense. It got violent. It got violent with basketball wise. It
Mm-hmm.
wasn't. It wasn't that they might threw a drink, but now it was violent. It was shaking the tables. It was violent against women and women, and it some got a little starstruck. Everybody want to be on reality TV now. When they was old actors and then making no money, they started getting on reality TV so that they could make their money back up again. But I like the reality TV when people are just everyday people. That's the reality TV I like. I don't really like people who like, especially when it comes like the housewives. I think it messed up when they brought Kenya Moore on there. These are all housewives that wasn't on reality TV. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't like reality TV who have stars come on the show.
And she was never a wife.
Yeah, never a wife. Okay. So
I mean, she was for like 5 minutes.
Yeah. Was
But
she
she
a
had been
legit?
on for like 5 seasons already.
So I like reality TV that way. I don't like the reality TV when stars come on reality TV because I said, they already got money. They already try to make some more money. I just feel like they're not genuine. They want to come over here and make money and not really tell us a good story anyway.
Mm-hmm. And if you look at a lot of the reality stars now, they say actors.
Yes.
I remember back in the day where it was just like
it was
like
reality.
you said, they were just normal, everyday, average folks.
Yes.
And they weren't necessarily considered actors. Now you got all these reality stars that are also doubling as actors. And so I'm like, okay, now we know it's phony. I mean, we already knew it was dramatized and whatever, but now it's almost impossible to believe anything you see on reality TV. It's just hard. But it's like any other once it becomes, national, once it becomes like huge, it just changes. I mean, because now people are in it for money. They're in it to make money, and they know that there's money to be made, right? And if you are a struggling actress that necessarily couldn't get in, LA in the limelight, you couldn't make it to Hollywood, you probably will try to get on a show because, as Andrea said, you don't have to really be a wife to be on Housewives of Atlanta. You don't really have to be in hip hop to be on Love and Hip Hop. You don't have to be. The only shows that are kind of true to it, like you gotta be for 90 Day Fiancé or stuff like that. You have to
be doing that.
You have to be dating someone overseas. So it's some shows that are real specific, and it's like cool, or the challenges where you kind of gotta have those skills in order to do those shows. Yeah. So I do tend to like the shows that have more normal people, quote unquote normal, or people who we think are normal. I don't like, I don't like the traveling reality stars. They actors now. And no, I don't.
It's funny because when you think about like watching Laguna Beach, even it was probably like one of the first reality shows that I watched that was a little more scripted.
Yes.
Right. That was a little bit more staged and things like that. Right. And it had more production value, kind of before that. It was like reality TV was a real genre. It was reality. It wasn't about does everything in the storyline match up.
Right.
It was just about this is what happened in this argument, and we're gonna show you the whole argument, and we're not gonna splice it up into little bits and pieces and stuff like that. But now it's like they create the characters based on people's real lives, and it's like if it's a certain facet of your life that is gonna be like the money maker for the show, they're only gonna highlight that and nothing else. Kind of like how Andrea said about Monique, right? On Love and Marriage DC. When she was on Potomac, it was like they just highlighted her as this, they started just making it out like she was so aggressive. and they wasn't showing us really anything else about her, right? Because it was like everybody watching to see her and Candace fight.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just keep following her and keep nagging her until her and Candace fight, you know. So I do think though that people sometimes make a career out of it. They come on shows, they trying to get they have an acting bug, they want to be actors or actresses, and that's their way in to the industry. So I mean, unfortunately, it does kind of taint it a little bit, but I feel like, and I don't know if y'all feel like this, but when you reality TV strong, sometimes even in the midst of the scripted stuff, you see stuff and you be like, nope, that was real. That was real.
Yes.
Right. If you went off on him right there, that wasn't set up. That was real right there.
You can tell, but only when you've watched it.
Only when you've really watched. Yeah.
Or you go, they show behind the scenes, and you was like, oh, that scene went like that. Oh, that was different. Or they showed something different. Or they saw the producer talking to them. I hyped them up. So yeah,
especially when you knew the characters before they became Hollywood, right?
Yes.
Like when Nene Leakes was really just
Nene
Leakes.
And
then you knew when she was really mad and when things was going bad with her and when she was acting. Like I can tell. I can tell.
Like me and Andrea always talk about that first episode with Nene and Kim, and when they was going to Sheree party and Kim got the dress delivered and she changed outside at the gas station. We was like, that's us.
That's what I want to see, that low down dirty monkey. The low down dirty monkey with a wig, Nene. That's what I want to see. That's the Nene I remember. Okay, she used to say, I used to love her little saying.
Yep. Amen.